YouTube, it is Martha here, and I have brought to you a new project that I just completed. This one is a $29 thrift store. I believe it was a bench or a TV table, I'm not certain. But I transformed it into my planter table, the one that will sit just below the picture window in my living room. That space was bare, and now I have something to sit my plant collection on. I did this in 2 days, and it was very easy, fun, and I do want to share with you guys how I did it, so that you can get inspired and do one yourselves. So here we go. Okay, YouTube, so this is the piece that I will be working on today. It was only $29 at our local Cause for Paws thrift store. It has metal legs, and why it has a fifth metal leg, I don't know. It's very structurally sound, so not sure why that's there. But I will be removing the legs and giving them a nice copper gold spray paint. And then it has these 3 drawers that were in really good condition on the front. And I see some, looks like some staple heads in there that I'll have to remove and clean that out. So normally what I do with these pieces, I'll go ahead and take a look at them first while they're in the store, see what I need to do about them as far as if they're structurally sound, if they require a lot of work, and if they don't, then I'll go ahead and purchase them and use them. So this one right here is going to be my, actually it'll go in front of one of the big windows in the living room to hold all my new plants. So that's what that'll be for, and I'll put some new knobs up in here so that it's all cohesive and great. And then I pulled out a few supplies on this little makeshift table that my husband made, because I like to clean it up first, then remove all the nail heads, pin heads, things like that. So let's get started. So right here I am removing these random, looks like staples. They stapled it somehow. So I'm removing these random staples, and I did find some plastic in there that was also stapled down. I removed that. A couple of nails were in there, really tiny nails. I removed those as well, just so I have a smooth surface that won't compromise my spray. And then after I have finished removing everything that doesn't belong, I went ahead and fast forwarded through this part so that you can see that I actually scrubbed it down. I wiped everything down. I wiped it inside also while it was still inside the house, but this is just a final scrub to remove a lot of the debris and dirt, especially in the drawers and inside of the cavity of the piece. So it's going to be perfectly ready to accept the spray paint once we remove all of the hardware. Okay, so as you can see, now we have these bad boys cleaned up. Of course, the inside I cleaned up, or the outside rather, of the cabinet I cleaned up while in the house, and when I bought it outside, the only thing I really needed to do was clean out the insides and the drawers. So it's all clean, free of nails and any sort of splinter material. Now this piece does have several like nail holes in the top, and they're strategically placed, and a few gouges also, but you don't, I mean, I could take the time and put some wood putty in these and then sand it down. I don't think it's necessary. I will sand this bad boy, but as far as wasting time trying to putty them, that's not going to happen. But I will tell you that these drawers, the holes are too far for the new hardware that I got for them, so I will putty these in and then drill new holes. So that process will take place, but as far as that's concerned, we're done. And then over here I bought out second stage of supplies and put them up top. So we are going to be using this copper rose color from Rust-Oleum. Of course, white and a gloss finish, and this seafoam like color that I absolutely love. That'll go inside the drawers. So that's from Valspar. Those three colors are what we will use. I got some disposable gloves, and then this I use this for all my painting projects. It's just an old sheet that it's pretty thick, didn't throw it away, and every time after my projects I go ahead and let it dry if there are any paint or spray on it, and then I wash it. So that's stage 2. Let's get started. Okay, so right here I am just lightly spraying with that seafoam color for the inside of the drawers. This color is so beautiful, so just make sure that you only put a light color or a light spray on first, and then you go through and add another one. This spray paint is from Valspar, and I didn't really like it that much because it was hard to hold and spray at the same time, especially when you got to the end. And yeah, you'll get some finger fatigue, even though it's supposed to be easy on the finger, but I didn't like it that much. But the color is beautiful, so I did the inside of the drawers 2 coats, and then also the sides of the drawers, I did those as well. Okay, all right, y'all, so check out what I mean by this random 5th leg. 2 perfectly sturdy metal legs on this bad boy, and you can see they're really welded, and then of course there are screws to go ahead and so that we can go ahead and remove them completely. Get up in there, they're huge. But this leg is so random, and I thought the piece might have been compromised, but it's not. It's pretty sturdy. So why that is there is beyond me. Maybe they put something on here that was heavy, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, this is not necessary. So I will remove this. I will actually remove all 5 of them, but only put the 4 corner ones back. And then I do plan on spray painting them that copper rose that I showed you earlier. So on to the next. So these will come off first, then I'll sand this entire cavity, and then we'll get ready to prep it for its own white spray paint, sorry. Okay, so now with the magic of filming, the legs are off, and I put it on this, well, of course I didn't, but my husband put it on this table for me so it's easy on my back, because sister needed that. And then these legs are freaking so heavy. Like, that's some solid, oh my gosh, yeah, so that there is solid metal. There's no way. It's even welded in the corners. That's how heavy it is. But it's relatively new because all of the legs came off perfect. And then this funky center leg had this dowel at the bottom. That was kind of weird, but we won't be using that anyway. So what I plan to do now is go ahead and sand this bad boy down a little bit to knock down some of the rough pieces that are on there so that we get a nice pretty finish, and then we will go ahead and spray paint. Okay, y'all, so I do have an electric sander, but I couldn't find it. We are remodeling the floors inside, and we have a ton of wood everywhere. So I found this 3M one, that hand sander that I used way back in the day. So I haven't used it much at all. It's still fairly new, and it still has the one piece of really fine grit sandpaper on it. So I just grabbed that to use so I could continue with this project. It works pretty well. I'm sure I'll get some Michelle Obama arms soon if I keep using it, but I love the electric one. But you can definitely get one of these. They're like, gosh, under $10. And grab a pack of different grit sandpaper, and you can get started on your own project. So don't worry about that part. Of course, you can sand with anything and it'll still come out perfect. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this piece. As you can see, it turned out magnificent. I love it so much. It is in front of that large picture window that I told you about. And I love when the drawers open, you see that seafoam color just poking out. I enjoyed this piece and I hope that you do too. Get inspired, do your own, and of course follow me. I have more pieces coming up, more projects, more DIYs, and of course more entertaining. You can find me on my blog at www.marthabody.com, and you can find me on Instagram at KandMBody, and also on Twitter. Thanks so much.